Welcome to Cambodia, where we are to play in the WPT Prime Series at the Naga World Resort and Casino in Phnom Penh. We found our way into the cash games running alongside the tournaments and spotted a new table of 5-10 starting. With a lot of interesting players joining, we quickly jump in. We sit down and pick up King Queen offsuit and raise it up to $25 from the cutoff seat. The small blind calls and we go to the flop, which comes 7 of clubs, 8 of diamond, 2 of hearts. Having completely missed the board, we choose not to fire here. We haven't seen many hands yet, but the small blind has already shown his call happy nature. The hand goes check check. Turn comes the Queen of Diamonds. We make a top pair. We decide to raise small to keep our opponent in. We can go either way on this card. We can polarize our bet or bet small depending on villain's tendencies. We bet small, villain calls. River is the 10 of hearts. The pot's now $170. The small blind leads into us for about a 1/3 pot size bet. This is often a medium strength hand that doesn't want to face a larger bet. We decide not to raise as the runout could have easily made 2 pair hands, as well as a raise is unlikely to be called by worse. We decide to call. Small blind quickly mucks and we take our first pot of $170. Several hands later, we pick up Ace-5 suited in early position. Limping is usually a suboptimal strategy, but from early position, with hands such as low pocket pairs and low suited aces, it is an option, given that we are playing above 100 big blinds deep. We decide to limp for $10. We get 4 callers, and the flop comes 9 of spades, king of clubs, ace of hearts. We flop a top pair with the ace, with one of the worst kickers, and start controlling the pot size by checking. It checks all the way through. We're going to the turn, which comes the 8 of diamonds. And we're facing a $30 bet from the big blind. We call, building the pot to 100. We played our hand deceptively by under-wrapping it, and therefore call down on this turn card. Everyone else is out. The river comes, jack of hearts, and we face a small bet again of $35, which as before usually is a medium strength hand that we can beat with our top pair hand, and therefore decide to call. Small blind shows king 10 off for a pair of kings, and we scoop another $170 pot. Now it is getting really interesting. A new player is at the table. She bought in for a large amount and is already drinking beer. And we are in position and are looking to get involved with this player. We quickly reload another $700 to our stack, which the floor is getting changed, but is in play. We check our hand, jack of clubs and 10 of clubs, and we raise from under the gun +1 to $25 and get the desired call from the player in the big blind. Board comes king of clubs, 8 of spades, ace of hearts. And we have a range advantage here and c-bet $25, which get a quick call from our opponent. Turns a queen of diamonds, completing our straight and also giving us the nuts. We want to keep our opponent in and bet about half pot to keep all aces and even some second pair / drawing hands in. Opponent calls. A river is the 6 of clubs. Now we still have the nuts. We want to go polarized at this stage, and with that wrap 2 pair or better, or potentially a bluff. We bet almost pot for $200. And to our surprise, we get wildly jammed on for another $1,174. We're jumping for joy and check our nuts one more time to make the call. The big blind turns over ace queen for 2 pair, and we scoop this massive pot of over $2,500. Not much later, we're at it again with the same opponent. We've been getting a few hands and have pumped up the aggression in order to isolate this opponent and play heads up. The action goes as follows. Hijack raises to 20, and the cutoff, our key opponent, raises to 75, and we look down at ace king off. We want to play against the player in the cutoff seat, and sense that this could be a good time that they may want to place a stop to our aggression. We choose to size it 5 times her raise, and make it 375. As we know, anything lower will get an easy call, and we want to play as big as possible. The hijack falls, and instead of facing a call, we get jammed on again, this time for $1,590. We make the call, as we're way ahead of this player's jamming range. Unfortunately, she shows the lower pair part of a range with 8-8, and therefore we're flipping. Luckily, the poker gods favor us this time, and we scoop another massive pot. There's unfortunately no rebuy anymore from our opponent, and the seat is quickly filled by the list. And then it's time to pack it in for the day, and we make our way to the cashier. This session was a good example of game selection, as we saw interesting players joining at the start by profiling them on looks and their actions. Now, this is not always right and correct, but usually it's a very good indication of the type of player you will be playing with. After that, we weren't afraid to get chips in the middle either. If you play aggressive players, you can't back down when you do have the hand. Overall, we're happy with the session, where we take a cash out of $4,335 for a win of $2,835. And we're ready to jump into the WPT tournaments the next day. On our next vlog, we will be moving into tournament poker and showing a deep run we recently had in Okada, Manila. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.